I'm excited. So we started with just going, drink that candle, drink that candle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Just Brad flashbacks of when
Okay.
fall went wrong.
I mean,
So-
that's how I got into every frat party. Is I just walked in and went, "Hey guys, do you want to see a dwarf drink a candle?" And they're like,
they go, "You had us at. Do you want to see a dwarf?" ...
Yeah. Whatever you say,
And then it was
follow
drink a
that.
candle.
He's
I only
a
got-
revelant.
Yeah.
We the state as a group only got kicked out. We got kicked out of one. We got kicked out of some parties at different places.
Yeah.
But we got kicked out of one frat party at I believe we were at either Duke or the University of North Carolina.
Damn.
And it was Michael Ian Black. Michael Ian Black was being so fucking weird.
Oh, he wasn't raging too hard. He was just
No.
weirding
He was
people
just
out.
being weird. He was just acting like Michael Ian Black.
It's just
And some guy came over and was like, "Hey, bro, close party. It's a closed party." And then we got chased out of some like frat house.
now. Was this like doing college tours? Like, would you?
The state used to do college tours. Yeah.
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 Were those that must have just been
It was debaucherous and.
it like and not in like their campus theaters or
Yeah, we would do like
Yeah.
tour colleges and stuff. All I remember is we did one tour. It was called like Winter on Wheels, and we toured around the Northeast, all the colleges. But our last stop on the way home drove us past Foxwoods,
Okay.
and every single one of us lost all the money that we had just
Oh
made.
yeah.
Foxwoods Casino.
Like we'd made $600 on the tour,
Yeah.
and we each lost $900 at Foxwoods.
Oh my God! On
All
what
right.
game?
Sucked. Mostly blackjack.
Yeah.
State's a lot of blackjack players in the state.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, guys, it's nice to be here now that
Dude.
now that I know we're going.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's great to have you.
yeah.
This is well. So look, we've known of you for quite some time. You've
I've
known of
never
us
met
for-
you before. Never heard of you before. What do you do?
I was on 2 episodes of Friends.
Oh, wait a
And
minute. Let
that's-
me see your hand.
that's as much
Let
as
me see
I-
your hand. I know you. I think I know who you are.
Has that happened, by the way?
How long have the gummy bears been out?
Couple days.
Just they seem gross.
Nope.
I'm just
I
gonna-
refresh them.
You do? Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see.
See,
Okay, no, they're loose.
By the
They're
way,
totally
if
loose.
that's not the real gummy bear test for the commercial, where some little fat kid walks into a room and goes, "How fresh are those?" And then he tilts them up. Do it.
How fresh you know gummy bears.
That's the
No,
fresh
they-
test.
They actually are fresh.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do at Dairy Queen.
I'm also soaking in them.
Because nothing says fall time
Guys,
like
at
gummy
the end,
bears.
At the end of this podcast, we're all sticking our wangs in there. I don't know
Drink
what's gonna
that
happen.
candle.
Drink that candle. Wangs in the
Wangs
gummy
gummy
bears.
bears.
Drink that candle.
Wangs.
Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it, but I love it. What flavor is that? Who
Who
cares?
cares? Wangs in the
Wangs in
gummy
the
bears.
bears.
Drink that candle. This is a fucking crazy Tuesday, guys.
Weirdest frat ever. If those are like the hymns you have to sing to get initiated. There's one kid at the end just like, I don't know if this is the house for me. All right.
All right.
Can I just
Okay.
go? Yeah. Can I just go to the other house where I get paddled?
We got a pretty cool social scene here.
Yeah, actually, we got to know all the chicks.
Yeah.
By the way, we all just so in case you're worried, we put our wangs in the gummy bears at the same time.
Yeah. So it's
not
weird.
like you're not on the spot.
No.
That makes
No,
it less weird.
We're
nobody's-
not. Yeah.
Nobody's on the spot.
We're
all
not
gonna-
hazing you
No,
guys.
no,
You're
no,
the
no,
only
no.
person to put
It's
your dick in the
it's
gummy bears.
genuine camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, if you want to go to the houses that aren't dipping wangs
That's
and
fine.
gummy bear bowls, that's
fine.
on you, man.
That's fine. Guys, what's the theme of this podcast?
Fun.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sorry.
Sugar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of candy around.
Yeah, it's halftime of a soccer game from 1996.
Yeah.
I forgot your name.
Just call me the other one.
No. What's your name?
Brad.
Oh.
Do you know any Brads?
I need a mnemonic device for that.
I mean, we have Brad, Tom, and Adam. We're essentially the whitest people ever.
Oh man, this is super
Yeah.
super white.
So welcome to the alt-right
Brad,
podcast.
great. Oh my god, finally I get to say some of the stuff I've been thinking about. Why have we been on trial?
I mean,
It's like you
I
can't
really
walk
feel-
up to somebody and just go honk 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 honk.
I know.
Times have changed, man.
I feel like the world's against white people right now.
Right?
What?
I'm gonna take just for fun. I'm gonna take the Capri Sun straw.
This has never been done before.
And
Good
Right.
for you, dude.
If there's ever
throw it into wine.
if there's some sommelier that listens to our podcast, he's crying right now. Wine through.
you know, it's actually mine through the Capri Sun straw.
Wait, the wine in
You
the.
just get a little. You get a tiny little. It's like just dipping your beak. You get the tiniest little amount.
So you want to get drunk very slowly.
Absolutely.
I think this picture sums up why every male gets into show business, because we want to be. You're almost 40, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost 40.
No way to look that up.
Sorry, world.
Luckily, there's no way to look that up.
Yeah. You want to be middle-aged drinking wine out of a Capri Sun straw.
Yeah.
That's everything. And now trying to stab gummy bears with it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
See, that's the second test.
All right, Brad, you owe me $50.
No.
See, told you
By the way,
couldn't do
I'm
it.
gonna do this when the wieners are in the bowl later. You guys are gonna have to document that because we're all gonna be holding the bowl. We hold the bowl. Everybody puts their wieners in it, and we sing "Karma Police" for some reason.
I really like that. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Are
That's
there
very hipster?
I heard you say on I think it was a podcast or interview recently about going to. It might have been Bobby, our boy Bobby Lee's podcast.
Bobby Lee, the best.
Yeah, the
I love
best.
Bobby. I mean, other than you guys, Bobby's the
Thank
best
you.
guy.
Bobby is the greatest.
He's
known
got a
him
wiener,
forever.
too.
Yeah,
I've known Bobby for a long time.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
How there's no better person in my opinion to make laugh. He has such an aggressive, violent.
Oh, when he laughs really hard.
Yeah. But you were mentioning about going
Have you
to.
been to Bobby's house?
Yeah.
When he does that show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's dodgy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's been there for. I think that was the place he got with his MADtv money.
It feels like, and I say this with love to Bobby. I know you're probably watching.
Sure.
It feels like, you know the movie Seven? And you know how they go to like 7 places?
Yes.
Yeah.
If that movie was called 8, the 8th place is Bobby's. Like I come in here and I'm like, oh, Adam's a pretty normal dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of workout gear.
A lot of work
Too
out
much,
here.
some would say.
There's a lot of workout gear.
Yes.
There's
Too
a
many-
buttload of scented candles, which
Yeah.
I dig.
Yeah, great.
Sure.
But Bobby's, you just go in and the whole building's curious.
It is. The elevator seems like it hasn't been
Elevator's
refurbished in a while.
curious.
Which I don't need a super like upscale elevator, but I need one that looks like it's been touched.
It
you know,
feels like you could go missing in that building,
1,000%.
and nobody would know.
No.
They wouldn't know and they wouldn't check.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
The tenants have an agreement, an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
About like, dude, we didn't see that guy.
Yeah.
Did you? And they go,
Yeah.
what guy?
What
exactly.
guy? Exactly. Yeah. So 8. It's like the movie. It's the 8th place in 7.
Which maybe it's that level of fear that keeps you on your toes for the podcast. You're like, I might not get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just say what's
He's
on my
also got
mind.
like 8 weird white guys who like perch in corners for this podcast.
Oh, you
and you
haven't
don't
seen
know
the
what
other
they
room.
do. Yeah. No, they're all there. Like you just have a couple ladies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. Normal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This kind of feels like more like 2 Live Crew kind of party. You know what I mean? Especially when this thing happens later.
Dicks in the gummy
Wangs
bears.
in the gun. It's Wangs,
Wangs.
Brad.
Wangs,
All
sorry.
right, you're out.
Sorry, my wife is Asian. I don't want to offend her.
You talk a lot about your wife.
I just like to
No.
prove
I
that
mean,
have one.
it's starting to feel like she
prove it,
protests
man.
too much.
And also, where is she?
Hey, man. My wife doesn't like when I talk about her too much on podcasts.
She doesn't.
Well, you've mentioned her 3 times.
My wife won't like that.
Brad.
Speaking of saying
That's
her
my
name
name,
3
yeah.
times,
Brad.
just showed my 9-year-old niece's Beetlejuice for the first time.
It's a great
Loved
picture.
it.
Yeah, it's a great
Do you do that with your
picture.
kids? You bring back.
Ollie, here's an interesting thing that I've done, which is I at some point just shit the bed on parenting and movies. One time I had the
Really?
I had
The guy that
flu.
wants to put the wangs in the
Yeah.
gummy bears
Believe it or
shit the
not.
bed on parenting?
I know, it's weird, right?
I don't understand that.
So, one point I had like the flu, and when you have a kid, like suddenly, you guys don't have kids yet, do you?
No.
Okay. You'll start to like, sometimes you'll like let them have a play date with someone you don't even like that much.
Damn.
Just because it's like,
You talking about the parent or the kid?
I'm talking about like, you're like, oh, I don't like that kid that much.
Yeah.
But, are you talking about giving me 3 hours in the afternoon where I could get some shit done?
Yeah.
Go play at that kid's house. And then also like movies, you'll do this.
Yeah.
So I was like not feeling very good, and I was like, oh, Ollie, let's watch the best, in my opinion, one of the best action movies ever made, Batman Begins.
Wow.
Which is great. And of
Yes.
course, like in that movie, like a guy walks up to Bruce Wayne's dad and goes like,
Yeah.
and like shoots his face off.
Yeah.
And Ollie was, like a year old.
I was expecting to say at
he
least
was
5.
No.
okay.
He was like 18 months or something like that. And he could barely talk, but he was like,
Yeah.
hey, they murdered his parents. And I'm like, that's how he became an idea. And I want you to become an idea also. But no, he's very into horror. So he's always been like a horror guy.
How old is the kid now?
He's now 9. I let him
Okay.
watch The Shining about a year ago.
Okay.
And?
Which,
In the
a couple things about it.
Daytime or nighttime?
Oh, nighttime. We watch
Okay.
nighttime pictures mostly. But I forgot about some of the language in The Shining. It gets a little
aggressive.
intense.
Yeah.
A little aggressive.
Yeah.
For a 9-year-old. There's words he had never heard. And then I was sitting there thinking, oh, shit, how do we do this?
Now how
Yeah.
Now do you explain
Yeah.
that when he's like?
I don't talk about it. We're Irish. We
said-
just don't talk about stuff.
So when he's like,
No matter
what's
what
fuck
happens.
mean? And you're
Right
like,
after we do the wangs and the thing, I'm never going to look at you again.
I would
I don't know
expect
how
that.
I'm going to
Or
be
if he
able
does
to.
look at you, you just have an unspoken agreement of like, remember that day?
Remember that time? You gonna
Maybe
say,
I'm doing it to get compromise on you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
maybe you're like, hey,
No, I'm doing it because it feels good.
you're like, hey, you gonna buy my book?
Oh, guys, this has been great. How much longer?
At least 20 minutes, at least tops.
Oh, okay. How do you get money for a podcast? You have
Sponsors,
You have
yeah.
sponsors. What's one of your sponsors?
Ridge Wallet.
Obviously, Gummy Bears. Ridge Wallet. Don't they,
They should
sponsor? They sponsor Bobby's podcast too, I think.
Yeah.
How about those mattresses everybody likes? You get those probably.
We had
Casper?
Casper for a minute. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And then they ghosted you.
Yeah, and then we're like, what? We're like, you up? And they're like, this is not how this works. Bird Dog Shorts.
How did you lose a sponsor?
Casper?
Yeah.
They just stop upping. They're like, we found somebody else.
How much do you get? Do you get you just?
I mean,
50 grand.
I mean,
yes.
That's
No.
Joe Rogan numbers.
New gummy bears every week. That kind of money.
Yeah, I can afford. Though they have those at Cost Plus World Imports.
I don't.
I can
Do
literally
they?
just
Do you have
go,
to say the
I
whole
think
name
you
of the
get-
business?
Yes,
to
you do.
get-
I think you can go in. There's like some stores you just get a scoop and you get as many as you want.
Are you a big scoop guy? And I want to transition to
Yeah.
when you go to the store with your kids, like Costco. Do you stop for samples? Because they probably go sample crazy.
The boy doesn't go crazy for samples. I kind of stopped going to Costco, and here's why.
Yikes.
Well, you're a big star.
I'm a big, not fully accurate, but I'm in the top 2,000
Okay.
on IMDb
big.
with very seldom being in the top 1,000. So
You're in good company, though.
Yeah.
Glenn Close, Will
Sure.
Smith.
in the top. No,
that-
Will Smith's in the top like 50. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in the
I
top
think-
2,000.
I think you're.
And the top 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're looking at like a Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Sure. There's
Not
some,
like rankings.
There's some
No.
overlap. No, because
Which it is.
rankings, you're
Yeah.
right next to the guy that played Donkey Lips on Salute Your Shorts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Good
Costco.
actor, by
I
the
stopped
way.
going to Costco because,
Yeah.
first of all, they only take checks.
What?
Unless you have an American Express card. They never used to take normal credit cards. You didn't know that?
Jesus, no.
So you always got to bring a check. And then that sucks. I don't know. I hate writing checks. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it. Feels
It's
like
a thing
a
of the
weird,
past already.
Feels
Yeah.
like a weird, like sending a telegram or something. I don't like it. I want to Venmo you just sitting here just to do it.
I got
free.
anti
It's just say for gummy bears. I
Yeah,
ruined
feel
your
free.
gummy bears.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about the Costco here, which is out sort of Los Feliz-y,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like older Russian grandmas
Love that.
rotate around the grocery store part.
The park?
The part where the samples are going to come out.
Oh, my God.
And then when the samples come out, it's like, do you remember those things called the Tooth Fairy in Hellboy 2? They just go,
Oh yeah.
and they eat everything down to bones.
They were played by Russian women
They were
from
played by the
Costco.
Russian ladies at the Costco, at the LA Glendale Costco.
Yeah, they had that green screen suit
God
on
forbid
like
if something
Andy
good
Serkis.
gets put out.
Oh,
I'm
Like
talking
what?
about
What's something that they're waiting for?
mini quiche, little quiche.
They love mini quiche.
I was there one day when the pigs and blankets came
my
out.
people just called him quiche.
It was like a,
Cheers to Brad.
I got a cheers for that joke.
Yeah.
All right.
my hat to you. So it
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
was really good. It was really good.
I'm fast on my tiny feet.
Brad.
How often
You
do
got
you?
a black wedding ring?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But you're married to an Asian lady,
Yeah.
so that's confusing.
Very. What race is she? I got to check my ring. Yeah.
I've lost 2 wedding rings.
You've lost
Dang.
them.
2.
On shoots? At home?
yeah.
Fucking other
So-
women? No.
Yeah. Usually they just end up. 2 of them. Do you remember the guy that played the principal in Ferris Bueller?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 of them I lost up his butt. I mean, he's convicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
No. Here's how I lost 2 wedding rings. So this wedding ring here, ready? Listen for the sound, guys. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
That's a cheap ass wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's because this is, you know, that little like a kiosk at the Grove where they sell like
Yeah.
jewelry and it says like silver in air quotes. That's where this is from. It was
Yeah.
$16 at the Grove.
No way.
And my first wedding ring was platinum.
Yeah.
It was solid like white platinum they call it.
Yeah,
or whatever. It was
right.
like $4,000.
You can like
something like that.
hit someone with it.
Was doing a like Amy Mann's Christmas show at the Wiltern Theater.
Okay.
Awesome.
Ben and I were getting dressed in the Reno 911 outfits,
Very
and
good.
I always slip the ring in the pocket of the shirt just because it doesn't,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have a wedding ring. So, the show was a disaster for us. We
No.
got heckled.
What?
I-
In the
we've
Reno
hardly-
911 outfits?
We're in the Reno 911 outfits.
Come on.
And some young girl in the upper balcony just goes, come on! Get on with the Amy!
Oh, okay.
Enough!
Yeah.
Jesus.
And we were like, it was really, really disconcerting.
But in character, that's a fun thing to get to play with, yeah?
No.
No.
He's like, no, don't let me
No, it was
heckle.
actually like, it was like 2 nights before Christmas. It was at the Wiltern.
God.
We got heckled by some drunk Amy Mann fan, which was like really weird. It just didn't feel right. And then we were like storming out of there because you know when things don't go well, you get out of the place real fast. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck me, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ruined your Christmas.
Yep. Dick in your, guess what? Enjoy the gummy bears. Christmas is ruined.
Yeah.
Go get home, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm feeling around.
Oh, no.
And then I go and I find the dangle shirt, and I feel in the shirt, and I kick the pockets, gone. So somewhere backstage at the Wiltern Theater in L.A., I lost a $4,000 wedding ring.
Jesus.
That was my first one. So then I do a genius move, which is I get
Okay.
an exact replica.
Oh, good.
I told my wife, I was like, hey, I
Yeah.
lost it backstage
Yeah.
at the Amy Mann show. And she was like, not only that, you also got heckled. And I was like, yeah, it really was a shitty night.
Somehow the heckle
bringing that
hurt
up.
By the
more.
way, also they didn't validate my parking.
Yeah.
So I lost $4,000
Yeah.
and $20.
And earlier that day, some old Russian lady beat me out for the last mini quiche at
Mini
Costco.
quiche.
And
Yeah,
I'm still
look at me.
fucking pissed off about it.
So I get an exact replica ring, heavy, platinum,
Yeah.
$4,000. Same. I go to the exact same place. I'm like, just make me the exact same ring, identical, everything. They're like, great. I get it back. It's good and heavy. So I was skiing up at Mammoth, and I feel in my glove, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, fuck, my wedding ring. Where the fuck is my wedding ring? And I pull my glove off. I don't have my ring on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wearing it on my right hand. I don't know why. It's just
Yeah.
something I do. So it's not there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I know what happened. When I pulled my gloves off in the restaurant, my hand was cold. So it must have popped off down at that Yodeler restaurant down at Mammoth.
Jeez.
So I'm going to call them right now and say,
Yeah.
please look around. There's,
Yeah.
there's a very expensive ring on the floor or somewhere near where we were sitting.
Make sure you tell the people that are making just above
How much
minimum wage
That it's a
very expensive.
$4,000 piece
Yeah.
of ring. It's a $4,000 ring. I literally
It's
fart
worth
these
more
out.
than your life.
Yeah. I will never think about it again. But if you happen to find it,
Yeah.
shoot me an RT.
But
So-
yeah.
So I'm like, I got to get my phone out, call
Right.
the yodeler.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell him how much. Well, maybe. I don't know. So I unzip the thing, pull my phone out, and your phone used to like have headphones that were attached to
Yeah.
it. Old iPhones used to have. So I pull the phone out, headphones are attached, and I watch, it was in this pocket, I watch my wedding ring go. I'm on the ski lift, by the way. I'm on chair 25.
Oh, no.
And it goes like that, and I just see it, like, remember the shot with the Frodo and the thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just went into the snow, like
Bye.
50 feet down.
Yeah.
And then the rest of my day is I skied down there, and I took off my skis, and I just walked around trying to find
You
it.
looked for it.
I looked for it for hours where I thought it was. And every time people would go by, they'd be like, are you okay?
Like,
And I'd said, I lost my wedding ring. They said, you should have a metal detector.
Okay, man.
I was
Yeah.
like, I happened to be skiing
Right.
for the first time ever
Yeah.
without my metal detector.
What are the chances?
What are
Right.
the- yeah. Anyway.
so now you have a
Get a cheap wedding ring.
Yeah,
Get a cheap wedding ring.
That's what this is.
What's that? Yeah, the black one.
It's like it's
Yeah,
like
it feels nice.
silicone.
Oh, it's rubber.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So it just like
going in the bowl.
at some
Going
point.
in the bowl. It's going around it in the bowl. Candle, candle, candle.
Wait, so are you a big holiday guy? Because you commented on the festivities.
Yeah.
Where?
Or the festiveness that you've stepped into. Just in general. Do you have a favorite holiday?
Oh, but we're big Halloween people. Yeah.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
We live in a really good LA Halloween neighborhood.
Dope.
So house is all decorated.
We get it's crazy. We get like 4,000. We give out 4,000 pieces of candy,
Holy shit.
and then we stop.
Yeah.
We just stop. We
Yeah.
close the doors. And
I
we're
feel
just
like that's enough.
And I
Yeah.
stand outside. I feel like that's a pretty good commitment.
That's a lot.
Sure.
It's a lot of candy.
By the way,
That's
you're just
one per person.
damn.
What?
We're in a crazy. We're in the like.
Do you just have the door open? Do you,
No. We do it in the driveway. It's so crowded that we now have to do it in the driveway.
Are you in the Glenn Close, Will Smith neighborhood?
I'm not in the Will Smith neighborhood.
Fair enough.
That's probably Beverly Hills.
yeah.
But Beverly Hills, the houses are further apart from each other.
Yeah,
right.
I'm in the old neighborhood over there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the lawns are 3 football fields long. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't go.
No, you
Beverly
can't
What an
Hills.
extra
You gotta
financial
treating.
responsibility to just be like, oh, I'm in a dope neighborhood that is like very Halloween conducive.
It's part
I
of your-
have to get a couple
It's
$100
like part
worth
of your
of candy.
property tax.
Yeah.
Or you'll get egged.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem like someone that did the egging instead of getting egged in high school?
No. I was high school. I was like a drama guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
I was very, very into the drama. I believe we talked about this.
Yeah.
Because you were Danny Zuko and so was I.
Yeah.
Now you're a much more plausible Danny Zuko.
Maybe. Arguably.
not
Says
maybe.
my mom and the rest of Temple Beth Am. Yeah.
I think you are.
If Danny Zuko wore short shorts,
I
you would be a much.
had an idea. So
Like-
Adam and I were just making this movie, which
Yeah.
was really fun.
Really great.
And around
We'll
like
talk- we'll
4 in
talk
the
about it.
afternoon
Yeah.
every day, I would pitch. Hey, we're in this like weird hotel.
We're staying at a resort the whole
Arizona.
time.
There's
Yeah.
nobody. There's no one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the Overlook. I was like, what if in the bar tonight we just get the cast of this movie and we do Grease from memory? So we never look at scripts.
That's how we advertise it on posters. It's
Yeah.
Grease from
Grease
memory.
from memory.
It's just the parts they could remember.
Oh.
Which, by the way, is probably a solid 60% of it.
At least.
Yeah.
By the way, that
It's almost exactly.
that show would sell out the Largo here in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
Grease from memory?
Grease from
Oh,
memory.
Right.
One
But
Thomas Lennon tweet, and yeah.
Yeah.
The one
for
thing you
sure.
have to do though is you can't announce it too early because you don't
Right.
want the cast to start remembering it.
No,
Yes.
that's the
Yeah,
fun.
because suddenly they'll start remembering stuff you don't want them to remember.
No.
Do you have to loosely talk about it with a group of people and then say any day this week, or do you just?
I think what you have to do is you have to say you're doing it and
Yeah.
then change it up on the
Right.
last moment.
Right.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah.
and just do something completely different.
You-
What's
You got to call an audible.
You announce the date, Grease from memory, and then
Yeah.
the day of, that's when you call the cast.
and we're doing Grease too. Yeah,
Which
and everybody's
really-
like, fuck, I have no idea.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was a movie.
There's one about I got bed
Michelle,
bugs or I don't
Michelle
know what happened.
Pfeiffer.
I don't know what happened.
got bed
I think there's a song called "I Got Bed Bugs" in Grease too.
I mean,
There's a
it's-
song called "Wow, Michelle Pfeiffer's in this." You know?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was right.
Yeah,
Very
she's
early.
the girl.
Yeah.
She was Sandy, or did they change her name?
I don't know. I've never
Does
seen
she-
Grease
She's like
2.
Brandy or
Oh,
something. Or no,
well,
she's
now-
the characters of
Can we
this.
take a break and watch that? We'll come right back.
Give you a
And
full
we're back.
book of-
That was better than I thought.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
wow.
loved Grease
Wow.
too.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Are there?
Did not expect the aliens.
Way better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. What stopped us from actually making that happen?
I don't know why we didn't. You know what? I think we were all a little exhausted. The days were long.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
the second time you brought it up, I was more on board than I was the first time you brought it up.
Everybody was pretty down.
And then I kept gating. It was one of those things where you say and you look around and you're like, you laugh.
doing this?
You laugh it off, and then you're like, haha,
Yeah.
but great idea.
like when people pitch orgies, and you're like, "That's stupid."
But
Unless we did
but it is
Could we do
7:45.
it?
It's
I
early
mean,
still.
right?
Yeah.
I do have a wine cooler.
Right?
It kind of makes sense.
I mean, we're not doing that, right?
I could grow a
It's
mustache
dumb.
between now and then.
Yeah.
so-
Zima is the official drink of orgies.
I really enjoyed making that movie with you. Well, that's why I'm here at your podcast.
yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It
Generally,
was.
I won't do a podcast unless I have to, unless they make me do it.
I
something.
love you for that.
Yeah.
It.
But,
how did you get? I mean, that first of
In
all,
that
it's.
movie?
Yeah, it's. You know, for me, I'm pumped to work, and you've done so much. I feel like you get to be pretty selective at this point. Yeah.
No, I do everything that they offer me.
But there has to be something because this like people are going
This was
to.
hilarious. So they're like, "Do you want to play this guy named Gunther, who's like a fraud,
And this
and
is
like maybe has an accent and is just super weird?"
So they gave you a lot of vague like
They told
creative
me
freedom.
they basically told me nothing until the night before.
like your
and
name
then,
is Gunther.
Yeah,
That's it.
and then they're like, "Oh, he might have an accent," and I was like, "Well, shit, okay."
All right.
Is that more
Yeah.
intimidating or more appealing?
No,
to-
way more appealing.
Yeah.
yeah. I like doing the weirder stuff, the better. But you're like a leading man type. I could see you're going to be in a lot of movies. I feel like, especially
thanks,
after people
man.
see this. You are literally the lead in the movie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
yeah.
cool.
And this is the movie The Bellman.
Yeah.
The Bellman.
And now I looked on your IMDb page, Thomas Lennon, and you
Yes.
have 146 acting credits.
It's a lot.
Jesus.
Where
Yeah.
on this does The Bellman rank?
Well, it's number one because we wrapped 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Actually. I mean, like, I can't wait to see it. I know you're going to see it soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it next week. But it was a really, really funny, crazy movie that I
You
liked a lot.
crushed it so hard, dude. Like I can't. I mean, we were laughing
It was a good
so.
group.
I feel like that is, and for the amount of things I've done, you can probably attest to this more. If you are laughing and having a good time, but everyone's like still locked in, and it's not just like laughing because you're making each other laugh, but it's all in context, and it's
Well, no, it wasn't like a goofy vibe. It was like
Yeah.
everybody's very focused.
yeah,
But yeah, and like Jonathan Kite's crazy. Like he's amazing.
right.
Yeah, crazy.
And
It's
Willie
really,
and-
yeah.
How does something like that? Like, do you get to a certain point where you're just like, I'm looking for something like this that is
Well, these are
different?
the most fun movies to make. I think are movies like this, which are like a low budget movie with an amazing cast, and there's a weird little detail. But when you are staying in the place that you're filming,
Yeah.
I did a movie that was a huge flop, but was fun called Pottersville. 2 years ago, and we all lived in this little inn in like upstate New York, and it snowed like 3 feet while we were making the movie, and had a bar, and everybody's just like, you're sort of always.
It seems like camp.
Fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
So Bellman is a crazy. I mean, there's weird stuff in Bellman.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird movie.
And then you talked about how they didn't give you much about your character. They just kind of let you roll with it. How do you? Because like you're the guy.
I had no plan. Like the night before, I was having dinner with the director, and I was like, "What am I doing?
Yeah,
what do
I
you
don't
think?
even have
What do
lines
you-
yet, man.
what
He's
do
like,
you
we'll figure
think
it
I'm
out.
doing?
Yeah.
And like your characters are always so memorable. I know I kind of joke back to your character on Friends, but it was a very popular character.
Joey's hand twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randall, whose name is Randall, by the way.
Do you still remember the song?
Oh yeah, it's public domain, so we can sing.
This hand is your hand.
This
hand is my hand.
No, wait, that's your
hand.
Oh yes,
that's my hand. Yeah. How did I know that?
Yeah,
You're a
but-
fan of
By the way,
comedy.
every time that's on the air, I get $8.
Yeah.
Shit, Mazel Tov.
That's like every day.
It goes down quite a bit actually
Yeah.
after the first run was $8,
Right.
and it's like $6.50.
Yeah.
like 9/10 of a cent.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a $15 residual check for according to Jim from 2007.
Nice.
So,
So
you're welcome
that's-
for the wine.
Yeah.
Did he go around and pee in water bottles on that set? Was that what I heard?
Did he go what?
Somebody said he used to just pee anywhere he was randomly in like a bottle and just leave it. Hey, I'm just telling you what I heard.
It doesn't surprise.
You know what? If it's not true, call me right now.
Adam, that
You
wasn't
had your chance,
lemonade.
Belushi.
You had
Yeah,
your
yeah,
chance. Call me right now.
He said that was really new lemonade. Why would he say really new as
Oh,
the
that's
pitch?
very specific.
It's very fresh.
Very specific.
Did you for Lieutenant Dangle? How much when you? Well, is this?
That was an interesting show because there was not a lot of plan that went into that.
Yeah.
We did The State. We did a show called Viva Variety for a little while. We did a pilot of a show called Hey Neighbor.
Nice.
It might be online. Maybe you could see it. It's like a sitcom, but the whole town is just played by like 4 people. So it's kind of like Little Britain meets a sitcom.
Oh, so you see like the same actor
it's
pop
just
up in
like
different
Jack
roles.
Plotnick, Michael Ian Black, Ben Grant, me, Carrie Kenny.
That's insane, by the way.
yeah.
I mean, you probably are just like, well, we're all buddies, and this is.
I look at it now and
Okay.
it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
For like broadcast TV at the
Yeah.
time, it was
But
a
like-
little weird.
but
no,
like
but I'm saying
now,
the,
that
the
could
collection
go.
of talent.
Oh no,
too.
it was really fun. Yeah.
That if you put that on like Adult Swim now, it'd be
It
huge.
was really fun. And then we did that show, Hey Neighbor, did not go. And then we got hired by Fox to do a sketch comedy show. And so that was really exciting. Ben and I during the State wrote a lot.
Yeah.
Ben's the most prolific writer of the State. And then I was in the top probably couple of them. But
Does it kind of have to? When do you just figure out amongst the group of like, okay, these are the kind of everyone's getting their roles?
well, that was the cutthroat level of the State, which is if you wrote something, you cast it. So that's why.
Well, that's right. You were telling
it
me
was
this on
ruthless.
Yeah.
The State was so rough, and a great bit that people used to do in the State. I know Showalter did this to me sometimes, and I did other people sometimes, which is if you knew somebody didn't like your sketch, you'd give them a really good part in it.
Yeah.
Just so like, it was like propaganda.
Wow.
Yeah, they
You'd
had
just be
to.
like,
Yeah, they had to
like there was a Showalter sketch that he did for CBS called Manzel's, which is just dudes with antlers and white underwear that are like out in a field. And it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
How much pot did he smoke before you wrote that?
There was a lot of drugs in the State.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he knew I didn't like the sketch.
Yeah.
So he gave me like the role of like the Richard Attenborough narrator who's in like the whole thing.
That's amazing.
And I was like, you fucker.
yeah. I have to crush this.
You won me over to Manzel's,
Yeah.
and now it's going to make the air. But
So Fox goes, all right.
Fox goes right. Do a
You're
sketch
getting
show.
popular. So after the State, I mean, that was.
No, the State was weird because we quit MTV. They didn't fire us. This is
really?
a
Really?
big, yeah, it's a big thing that a lot of people don't know. But we, through some weird suggestions of our management, and being just dumb assholes,
Young and naive, yeah.
we were so young and so dumb, and we were offered 3 specials on CBS.
Oh my
Is
God.
what we were offered.
Yeah.
So
You guys were hot shit, by the way. That was like.
we were actually doing really well
Yeah,
on MTV, better than I like. Like if we had a show on MTV doing that now, we'd be famous. But
Yeah.
this is when MTV just barely had shows.
What
and,
other shows were on at this
You
time?
know, it was like us and then like Aeon Flux and Beavis and Butthead
Okay, so this is
and
back. Like,
Singled Out probably.
yeah,
yeah,
so they
this
were
was
like
this is
just
when we were high school,
starting
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
By the
unbelievable.
way, somebody should make a movie about the MTV Christmas party every year.
Please.
One of them was at the Tunnel,
What?
They were like the most debauched thing I've ever been to in my entire. They were just literally like Caligula. It was insane. It was just like the early '90s.
Jay McCarthy, Carmen Electra
Stuff
hanging
was
out.
just happening.
Yeah.
There was like trampolines and just
Why
like,
not?
And nobody questioned anything. It was just
Wow.
like, yeah, dude.
No, it was the MTV Christmas party.
Yeah.
It was. They were nuts.
That's like the line that people would say to justify any
It was
behavior.
the MTV Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's fucking that reindeer. Dude, it's
Yeah,
MTV
dude,
Christmas
it's the
party.
Christmas party, man. And it's not a reindeer. It's 3 guys in a suit.
And you're one of them, dude. You're in the suit.
Come on, dude.
Why are you so surprised? You put that
Dude,
suit
come
on, man.
But so when okay, so let's see, State, and then we did
So you guys
Viva,
quit. You said
Variety.
you quit. Yeah.
Oh, we quit. We
Yeah.
didn't. We quit to go to CBS to do 3 specials. CBS, of course, canceled us after 1.
Sure.
And
Why? They're just like, this is
never
not
knew
what we
to do
thought.
with us. They didn't want it. They never really wanted us anyway. And they're like, it was like a weird experiment. They're just like, let's see if Saturday night kids will watch
Right.
young cool kids. And the answer was they did not.
Why?
We set epic, like, record low ratings for CBS at the
Wow.
time. So what we'd been offered, basically, I forget what it was. It was like 65 more episodes on the air at MTV. But since we were such assholes, we were like, fuck you, MTV. We're going to CBS and we're going to live forever.
Nope.
Canceled,
Yeah.
immediately. Then we did Viva Variety. Then we came out here during Viva Variety. When Viva got canceled, we did Hey Neighbor, the one where the Little Britain show. Then we were doing the sketch show, and in the sketch show we cast Niecy Nash, Cedric Yarbrough, Carlos Elizraki, Carrie, Ben, me. So it was basically everybody except Wendy, who wasn't in yet,
Yeah.
of Reno 911. Ben and I wrote 90 sketches and great stuff we were really proud of. Brought the cast in, did a table read for Fox, and the president of Fox was like, amazing, so funny, you guys. I have no reason to do a sketch show whatsoever. People don't tune into them. They have no hook, and you're all too old. And at the time, I was 29.
What?
Yeah.
Was this pre-MADtv?
This was, MADtv was already on and had still been running for a long time.
Okay, so
But
this would be like
they just didn't want
accompaniment.
another,
Yeah. Okay.
So we basically were told, you can just take the rest of your money and go home.
Jeez.
And we're like, oh, that stings.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want us to do anything for you?
They didn't let you shoot anything to even see.
No. They're like, you don't have to do anything. You can just go.
Do you try to, fight at this point? Or are you like, hey, come on, this is really funny shit. Like, this is...
Well, we tried right at the thing. We were like, yeah, it's really funny. But then we were like, wow, we're too old too. That really sucks. By the way, this is almost 20 years ago now.
That's insane.
So like a day passed, and we had the whole crew. We had a DP. We had Beth McCarthy Miller was supposed to direct it, and I was at home and was watching Fox, which is what we were working for, and Cops came on, and we were supposed to have a Saturday night show on Fox. And I was like, well, fuck it. What if we just did a spoof of Cops as a companion piece to Cops? Like,
Because
it'd be
clearly Cops is killing it.
and spoof Cops, because
Right.
that was their big Saturday night earlier show.
Sure.
And so we called them up and we're like, hey, what if we did like a spoof show of your other show? And they're like, you can do that. You can. That's unlikely that we'll do like a spoof of one of our main shows.
Make fun of our.
We're gonna make
main
fun of
show.
the other show that
Yeah.
is
So
on right
if
before
he
you.
had a Kardashian, like,
spoof show.
right?
Spoof.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can try if you want, because you already have the budget, and it literally makes no difference. The
Sure.
money's already spent. So we brought in the cast, and we're like, hey, everybody pick out a cop outfit. We're going to start improvising tomorrow. And the idea of that was also like Little Britain. So we were Cops and the Perps. We were everybody
Right.
in the whole town. So we'd pixelate our faces and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the pilot had me and Carrie were naked fighting over, it was just stupid, over Scrabble. It had Niecy as that character TT she would play with the pendulous boobs. It
Pendulous,
was all
good
just
word.
us and us,
Yeah.
like everywhere. And then, so then
Do you know as you're making that you're...
it felt funny?
Yeah.
It felt funny. And
Because it was really... You didn't have a huge layout of what you knew
no,
the world.
it was like
you
a
knew-
little sketch show. And it ended up getting right down to the wire at Fox. It was like really close. Apparently they have back in the day, I guess they used to have all the assistants would do what they think the lineup should be,
Right.
based off pilots, and then all the executives do their own board, and they compare them to see like what do the kids think. And Reno 911 was on all the like the younger people's boards,
Holy shit.
but we did not get picked up. It sat for 3 years, And then
Do you think it's just not? That's a long time to just.
and then Comedy Central picked it up. But they picked it up like literally they saw the 3-year-old tape from Fox and were like, "Oh, great. Just do that."
What are you
Yeah.
what are you doing during that 3 years?
Yeah.
During that 3 years, we did a bunch of other failures too. We
Yeah.
wrote a show for FX called Formosa,
Okay.
which was about sort of like the early days of
Based
like,
on the street in L.A.
based on the bar. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was sort of like a murder mystery set in the world of people making stag films way back in the 30s.
It's got that vibe to it.
Yeah.
That bar's been there forever, right?
It is, and it's actually, I think it's closed now. The Formosa
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
went under, which is a real shame.
They had
'cause
some even stand-up shows on the roof towards the end.
if that's
which
not
was
a
awesome.
historic landmark in LA, I really don't know what
Yeah.
is. And that sucks. And then we did a show about it. We wrote pilot after pilot after pilot.
Yeah.
All of which failed. We wrote one about a vet's office called Archer, DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. This is pre the cartoon Archer.
Right.
But we just toiled endlessly and pointlessly. And we wrote a lot of movies, some of which got made, some of which sucked, some of which came out.
And I was telling Adam before you got here, I have probably read 2 books in the last 5 years, and yours was one of them.
Writing movies for fun and profit.
Fun and profit.
With fun crossed out.
And you can tell that I followed it because I'm now a billionaire.
We'll see. Give it a second.
But
The structure stuff's all there.
But it is an amazing book if
Thank you
you're
very much.
Because more so than, hey, this is how you write, this is writing style.
Oh yeah,
in that book
nobody's
you're
gonna
like,
teach you how to write. Like if
Right.
you don't like writing,
yeah.
I mean the creative part, nobody's gonna teach you. I mean I could tell you should write for 3 or 4 hours a day, but if you're not gonna do that, you're just not gonna do that. You know, a lot of people won't do. I'd write even if I wasn't doing anything, I would just start writing. It's like a compulsion.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, so you just have
like crazy.
Is it because
you
you have so many ideas constantly, or you're like trying to force yourself to create some
it's
habits?
just like a straight up compulsion.
Wow.
Like I just.
Right.
It makes me happy. I
Did
don't know
you
why.
always feel like you were, when you were just accessing that muscle, that you were good at it, or were you like, I'm just going to get better from?
Well, I never had any intention of being a writer in any way.
Wow.
And then I was brought into the state.
Mm-hmm.
The state was actually existed for a year before I came into it. The state formed as the new group in 1988.
Right.
And I joined in like fall of '89.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned like 2 days in was like, oh, if you don't write, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody, there's also like Showalter's a great writer, David Wayne's a great writer, like there's Ken Marino's a great writer. It's just the room is really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's fight or flight.
yeah, and Ben Garant could write 3 sketches a day. He would come in with 3 sketches a day, of which 2 of which were like really good, and the other one was interesting at least. You know, it was never like a wash.
The other one was people in the woods in their underwear with elk horns on.
And that was
Showalter.
yeah,
Was it supportive though, or was it competitive?
very competitive.
So you couldn't be like, hey man, could I get some help with this one, or you just go?
No, we would help each other
Okay.
out sometimes, and we would certainly form alliances and write stuff together.
Yeah.
Like Michael Ian Black and I wrote The Pudding Guys, obviously together.
Unbelievable.
And it would form strange alliances. It was interesting because different people, you write different kinds of stuff for different people.
And the thing that you really go into in the book is like you talk about how to pitch,
Oh yeah, very specifically.
which is like I don't know if that's in any other book. I'm sure it is, but like
Maybe.
not that I've found. Like people that go into this is what you do in those meetings.
Well, there's a book called "Here's How You Pitch" from Tony Danza, where he just goes, "You walk in, you show old clips from Who's the Boss, you show a headshot of Jonathan from 1994."
Are we going? It's a go. Rubber stamp into the gummy bears. We do it. Mazel.
Yeah.
How essential is the pitch part versus the writing part?
It's more.
They're hand in hand. It's
well, no, it's way more. It depends. In the studio system, it's been a big deal for us to be good at pitching. Mm-hmm. And the weird thing about the state was, so I don't know how we came up with this system, but generally when we were in our writing phases, every day we'd meet at 3:00 and you'd pitch. And that was the last thing we did of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that would usually go till, it'd be like an hour or so. Sometimes people didn't have anything,
mm-hmm.
but there was generally a little bit of shame if you had nothing to pitch on a day. It was like show and tell, and you forgot it was just like not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you just brought up some fucking.
Yeah.
I definitely remember not bringing something to show and tell, and just not
That
going
feeling.
up or
That's what it feels
scrambling
like.
and being like, "I got this pencil that I use every
Yeah.
day."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everyone's like,
Yeah.
"It fucking sucks."
Yeah, is this sock? Yeah. No, you had that on. But so every day at 3, we would pitch. You know, like Ben would have 3 sketches, and I would have a sketch.
Mm-hmm.
But what was interesting is we didn't realize that it was basically the perfect training for the movie business, because we'd sit in an office in the afternoon, and you'd have your stuff, and you'd pitch it to people who were like,
yeah, just stone-faced.
yeah, because they wanted to get their stuff in.
Right.
And if your stuff got in,
That means their stuff
and,
didn't.
I mean, people would we
Sure.
laughed, we were supportive to a certain extent, but we were also really hard on each other.
Sure.
And like people would like cry in pitch meetings, people would tear shit up.
Fuck.
The state was passionate. There were chairs thrown. There were 2 punches thrown in the state
Wow.
history. I think David Wayne threw 1. I can't remember the other one.
We'll find out
Yeah.
after
Find
the
out
break.
next podcast. But no, we were an angry
You need that
young-
though, right?
We were an angry young group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and looking
Yeah.
back, how incredible is it that you had that kind of like that push and pull? Because there's groups out there probably now that don't do that to each other.
I respect how hard we
coddle.
were on each other.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was really great that we were really hard on each other. It wasn't great necessarily on our mental health at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Who needs that?
if you look at, like, I've watched episodes of The State,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically find them, for the most part, pretty funny right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck yeah,
for
they
the
still hold
most
up.
part.
Holds up.
There's a couple turds in the
Sure.
in the
Yeah, but
diamonds.
how many sketches did you? I mean,
We did of The State. I think there's like 29 episodes of The State, something like that. 26
a
episodes of
lot
The
of
State.
sketches.
Yeah.
And then so like, do you sit down? Have you gotten to the point now where like someone comes to you and says, "Hey, we want you to write the Baywatch movie," or do you think to yourself, "I'm gonna write a Baywatch movie"?
Well, that's interesting because I wrote when we were doing The State. I
Yeah.
wrote a sketch about Baywatch
Yeah.
that our producer Jim Sharp. Once the sketches got through the pitch phase, they'd go to our producer Jim, who was basically functioned as sort of like the George Martin of the group. He was the other, he would like sort of curate stuff and make it make sense. And I remember he handed me, I got back my Baywatch sketch that I had written, and I think it said like, "You can do better." Across the top. And then
And I did
as
do
a
better.
fuck you
Yeah.
to him,
I wrote the fucking movie.
But he was right.
Not enough
the
Efron
sketch,
in this
the
sketch.
wasn't good. But Baywatch, it was interesting. And this is the best advice I could give to any people that want to write studio movies right now these days. They're not necessarily always looking for like a brand new movie that you just thought up in your head that's amazing. Studios have bought every book that exists.
Yeah.
They own the rights to every video game that exists. They have just consumed the rights to everything all the time.
Yeah.
And they've got to get some of this shit off their books.
Right.
So a lot of what we do in the movie business these days is we'll go in and be like, what problems do you need fixed?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to come in and pitch you
Genius.
like a brand new idea because you've got so many fires that need to be put out over there.
Yeah.
You won't even listen to what I'm pitching you.
Yeah. For instance, that's why Sony kept re-releasing new Spider-Man movies because they had to.
So they don't lose the rights?
Yes.
Or so,
yeah. So they
right.
didn't lose the rights.
And the last
to
one was
Spider-Man.
amazing. So
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we went in, like, for example, we went into the head of Paramount's office and we were meeting about something else completely. But on a 3x5 card, like, moved way down off the wall of things that were coming out or in production, was upside down, almost in the garbage can, was Baywatch. And we were like, how do you fuck up a Baywatch movie? That's
Yeah.
like so... I haven't actually
Right.
seen it, so maybe they did. I don't know.
No, very funny.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
Okay. But we're like, that seems doable. And he's like, do you guys want to write the Baywatch movie? We're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're like, it's easy. It's like Jean Valjean in a swimsuit. Half the movie's in slow motion.
Yeah.
We'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
no problem. We just go. And we wrote it for a long time. They got fired.
Do you
also
write it?
get fired off everything too?
Do you write it with the like you have casting in your head when you're doing it? Or
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
that helps when you're writing anything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to.
We always cast everything just so you can hear what they sound like.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're writing with a partner, you have to know everybody's voice.
So
real
you
specifically.
heard Lindsay Lohan's voice when you wrote Herbie Fully Loaded.
like this.
Did it?
Just like this. She's like, I'm gonna find as many.
I think you found your Halloween costume
I'm
this
finding
year.
some refugees.
That.
Is it? By the way,
Please tell me you saw that video.
Lindsay Lohan,
Yeah.
refugee family,
Yes.
cell phone.
Yes.
Are we doing it? It's a great idea. This is a great Halloween costume. You just need some for refugees, right?
Yeah. And then
Hi,
you,
it's Lindsay Lohan.
Poor thing.
She crushed that movie.
She crushed
By the way,
every movie she
Keaton?
was in for a long time.
You're great in that. How was acting with
I
Keaton?
always forget that I was in that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any scenes with him.
Oh, no,
Most of my
who's the,
scenes are with Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But he's great in that movie. He's like, because you're like your mother or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's really good.
Was that a pretty? Because that was Disney.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking.
We got fired off that one too.
What?
We get fired off every movie.
How?
And
If
then,
you write movies, you're gonna get.
By being
fired.
like, and then at one point, Lindsay puts her dick in the gummy bear. It's like, dude, that's not even a thing you've said yet. Like, we don't understand the callback.
that actually was in the first cut.
Okay.
But
The car did it. That's why it was weird.
We got a big fight with the producer of that movie because in one draft she was like, great, and then Herbie smiles, and then he goes beep beep, and he smiles and he goes beep beep, and then he like backs out of the room, and we're like, how does he smile? Like, because Herbie usually he just blinks his lights and
yeah,
he goes,
or like
beep, beep.
maybe the hood pops.
The door pops open and the hood pops.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go like
Iron doesn't bend.
like we're like, that's insane.
Yeah, and
Why-
this
how
is
would
a
he do that?
yeah, this is a car that comes to life movie, and we're telling you
Well,
that's
now it's
insane.
getting fucking scary.
Yeah,
So we're like, no, we're not going to make him smile, I don't think. She's like, no, you're making him smile. He should smile. And we're like, I don't understand how that works.
God.
Right.
That's so scary. So we didn't make him smile. And then we got immediately fired. And we found out, we're like, oh, yeah, can you guys send in a final draft copy of the script because you're off the project now.
What the F?
And then, not only that, he's smiling in the poster. If you look at the poster of Herbie Fully Loaded, it's like Lindsay Lohan over here and Herbie going,
Sorry, Tom.
final fuck you to
I
you.
haunt your dreams.
Now,
You have to honor, I guess, some of like that. To me, is the most bewildering process of where you're at
studio.
with writing. It's like dealing with like allowing them to be a part of the process, and
it's
then,
tough. It's tough. You know, writing studio movies, you really, I'm going for the Capri Sun now just for the hydration.
do it.
How is it? Oh God.
Okay. After, are they a sponsor also?
No.
After half a
Not
glass
now.
of red wine, Capri Sun strawberry kiwi tastes exactly like the meat of a goat. Just goat meat that's coming at you.
It's actually goat meat. I put it in the pack. You're
Yeah.
chasing Capri Sun with wine just to get the goat flavor out.
You can do it again.
Welcome
tastes
back
like-
to America's favorite game show.
You know when you walk by
Capri
like
Sun
a
or goat
big-
meat?
a big huge shawarma thing and they're just sawing off. That's exactly.
You're sipping that. Oh God.
Savory Capri Sun.
Oh,
Who
that's-
knew?
That's terrible. After this, kids don't mix that shit.
Kids.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait. So Illinois, growing up, your comedy? We talked about this a little bit on set, but is that you feel like that?
Well, there was a neat thing in Chicago,
Yeah.
which was you could go for free on Friday nights at Second City. They would do like the normal show, and then at 11 they would just improvise. And I would hang out there. One thing I loved to sit because you could smoke in Second City when I was a teenager.
Whoa.
I was a heavy smoker, so you could smoke. Can you imagine smoking in a theater?
No.
No, that's what we did. We sat in the back of the Second City, and we'd smoke, and we saw Chris Farley and Steve Carell.
Holy shit.
And a lot of really great people. So
Yeah.
And you
I would
were
blue smoke at them. Like, this guy's amazing.
what? You just get inspired and motivated by watching those guys.
Yeah, but I was, when I went to New York, when I went to NYU, I was 18, and I mostly wanted to be like a serious actor.
yeah.
I kind of fancied myself like as like a Hamlet type.
Well, you've been in a Batman movie. That's close.
I was in 2 Christopher Nolan movies.
Well, what was the second one?
Memento.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a joke. The reason I'm in Dark Knight Rises is because it's a reference to just Memento.
Really?
I'm the doctor in Memento also. So it's like a little inside joke.
Whoa.
It's a cool inside joke,
What
isn't
a
it?
cool inside
I
joke.
I know, it's
yeah.
like my favorite kind of inside joke.
Yeah,
Dude,
'Cause
Nolan's
it's a kind of-
hilarious.
It involves me going to London for 5 days.
Yeah.
Get it?
Doing a scene with Christian Bale. I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Getting paid.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, you don't get paid anything for doing that. But they do fly you to London real nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will say that does
Yeah.
speak to your
Yeah.
commitment level. Like that's the one thing I noticed. Like obviously, like in watching all your work, but like to get to act opposite you in that first scene, I was just like, oh, this guy's just dialed in with everything. And you're also, and it was a fun dynamic to get to figure out. Like, all right, how much can I is he going to want to play, and how much do I want to like?
You made me fucking laugh out loud a bunch of times on that thing.
But it took a minute of like trying to figure out like.
Oh, I forgot that at one point I accused you of murder. I have nowhere else to go. I had nowhere else to go in a scene.
Oh shit!
And
It
I
was
was
so
just
real,
like-
and we stayed in it though, and I was just like, "Oh my
It was
god,
really good.
this is like in a big,
Yeah.
like epic,
It was a really funny
climactic."
scene. You know what, the thing
But you're
about-
so locked in. It's like so that must come from your like. Did you get enough experience of wanting to be like a serious actor to where you're like, oh, even in comedy, like commitment is everything.
Well, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And also, I don't really change my performance if I'm doing a drama or a comedy. It's always, to me, the same thing.
yeah.
And the other thing that I realized just about doing movies, and it's always interesting because I came into your movie, you'd been there for a while doing the movie.
Yeah, 6 years. This
And-
movie has taken.
Has it really?
15
It's aged him.
It was,
He
But-
started this when he was 14.
but it's like the
It's called the Bellboy.
seems to be like basically what acting really is when everybody around you is pretty stressed out.
Mhm.
Like I had a scene that was basically just sort of like they're like, look, we're gonna light it and it's 2 takes, and that is the great joy when you can get like, it's just being able to relax when everything's stressful and everybody's running and gunning and you know it's expensive and everything's burning and just being able to just like kind of take a second and be like, you said, I don't want to say spoilers because I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
But you said some of the funniest shit I've ever said. Every time I would say something, he was like, I've never met you before in my life. I'm like, dude, you kissed me 10 seconds after meeting me.
Yeah.
Which I did. I just came up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But it was.
Do you get this amount of freedom like on the set of like, I don't know, Night at Museum or Lethal Weapon? Like, is there a similar?
The Weapon's been very friendly to me in
Yeah.
terms of me goofing around. I basically said to them, if I was going to come in and play a character that iconic, I mean, it's what you can't.
Yeah, you're playing the Joe Pesci role.
You can't
Right.
stand. I mean, it's a long shadow to stand in.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just have to do something different, and I have to be super weird.
Right.
And you just have to say that's okay.
Yeah.
And they always have. Matt Miller's been really cool, and he's always just like, let me. The very first episode, when I saw it, I knew things were going to go well because I look at Damon Wayans, and I'm standing by one of those automatic coffee machines, and I look right at him, and I push the buttons really angry, and I just said, black and creamy. Which is like not a coffee order.
Right.
But then they left it in the show, and I was like, oh, okay, that shows they get whatever I'm
Oh,
doing, which
man.
is weird.
That has to make you feel pretty good. Where
It
they're
did
just
make
gonna
me
be
feel
like,
like,
oh, okay, I could try some weird stuff. I don't have to be.
They've been very friendly about that. That's a weird show, and now it seems like everyone quit, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
You played 2 iconic characters that at least 2 that I could think of that were already done in terms of you have the Joe Pesci character
Sure.
and then when you were in The Odd Couple.
That was intense. Yeah.
Yeah. How
It
do
was.
you how
With
do
Network?
you yeah, how do you play a character when you know it's been that defined? Like there's
That one
yeah.
really was much harder. The Felix Unger thing, because
Right.
I was actually also the 5th Felix Unger. There were many.
Get out.
Yeah, because it goes. I mean,
Antonio Banderas turned it down.
Antonio Banderas.
He had to.
turned
He
it
was
down
doing
right
Puss in
ahead of me.
Boots 9.
He was
Right.
literally coming out of the room when I went in. And he said,
Antonio.
He said, "Buena suerte." He said, "They like me, but they do not love me. They like me. They like
That's
me.
amazing. All right, I'm now torn
Buena
between
suerte."
you going as Banderas or Lohan for Halloween, or maybe it's Banderas going as Lohan
Yeah.
for Halloween.
I got the emo grin. I'm going to get them. Oh, the 3.
Rest
me
in
the
peace,
face.
John McCain.
Right.
Get well. Remember that?
No, was that one?
Oh, she
Wait,
posted a
rest
selfie.
in peace. Get well.
She put "Rest in peace, John McCain.
Get
well
well?"
soon." She posted it, and somebody put, I think someone needs to tell Lindsay Lohan the definition of rest in peace. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. And the picture was like, when those things are accompanied with a picture of you being like, I nailed it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Straight from Mykonos, baby.
Mykonos. I saw her Mykonos dance.
Yeah.
John McCain is now going to be in the next Herbie Loaded, Herbie Fully Loaded movie. He's the
Here's
car.
thing, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
If all she needs is like
Less coke.
somebody there
Or more.
You just need a Colonel Tom Parker who's just like,
Right.
here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be the boss for a little while.
Yeah, and you're not going to like it.
You're not gonna
but-
like it.
And you're going to listen to it.
You're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you what to do.
Hollywood loves a comeback, don't they?
So you got to come back at some point.
Yeah. What's her comeback? I mean, shit, man. Maybe like I feel like if she had done this A Star Is Born, which is getting a lot of.
I loved it.
You saw it?
I saw it like opening night. Fuck.
Do you like
I
that?
like Lady Gaga more than you might think.
Yeah.
You seem like a Lady Gaga kind of guy.
Because I was going into this interview being like,
Because I said, let's put our wangs in the gummy bears.
I mean, that's
Okay.
that seems
That's
like
a Gaga fan
like
move.
She would walk.
That's a little
She would
monstrous.
walk a red carpet holding
Yeah.
holding a gummy bear bowl with just wangs all
Yeah.
in it. Be
No,
like,
she
what?
definitely would.
This is designer.
how often do you go to see movies opening night?
Almost
I feel like
never. Never.
That's
never,
exciting.
ever.
That's gotta be
Actually,
a big
this
deal.
was great. A friend of ours was like, let's go see A Star Is Born. And I was like, fuck it. I haven't been to a movie in like a year. But we went, and it was really fun.
Awesome,
Bradley
man.
Cooper's great. He's plays beautifully, plays guitar in that movie.
Damn.
His
For
guitar
real?
chops in that movie are sick.
Did
as a
he
person who plays guitar.
learn it?
Yeah.
No. You clearly he did not learn for that movie. He obviously has been playing for a long time.
Oh, okay. So,
Damn.
but
'Cause
it's
he's
actually
great.
him.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it
Okay.
literally just pans from his face to his hands, and he's crazy and shredding, and it's
Yeah, you're.
It's very impressive.
Because you play guitar.
I'm in a Smiths cover band.
Yes,
called
exactly.
Teen Center
I
Hooligans.
gotta come fucking
Yeah.
see that show.
And
You would like it.
Yeah.
And
it's
you
fun.
and you
It's a
recently
good scene.
sang with the Aquabats.
I did. I did 2 songs as Lieutenant Dangle with the Aquabats, which is
Oh,
yeah.
weird.
My God.
Well, I went to the
It's a weird
sound
thing
check.
because I used to go see
Yeah.
the Aquabats when
They
I
were
was
a lot
in
of fun,
junior
yeah.
high,
Yeah.
and they're still around.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's crazy.
Yeah. So I did the sound check, just sang the songs. And then they're all in the outfits, and it's really weird. And there's
Yeah.
a guy dressed up as a clown, and Weird Al was there too. So I was like, I wanna
Okay,
have the outfit.
Mary fuck kill.
Yeah, I know.
And if you don't marry Weird Al, you're just
Mm-hmm.
stupid.
I gave
That's
Weird
the
Al
only-
his. I give one of the speeches at his star ceremony.
Yeah, you and
can see it
Dr.
online.
Demento.
It was.
You're
that's
friends
really-
with Weird Al.
That's
we're
insane.
very close. yeah.
It's on your Wikipedia page.
Someone
Friends
added
with Weird
that, which I
Al.
thought was weird. I guess it was
I don't think it.
I guess it
I
must
think
have
that
been-
should be your opening credit.
after I gave him his star on the Walk
Yeah.
of Fame. Someone added that to my Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But it's just a strange detail. They're like, he is friends with Weird Al.
Well, on my Wikipedia page, it says friends with a guy who's friends with Weird Al.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And that.
By the way, we could add that. That it's literally, it's legally true.
How do you spend your free time?
Well,
You don't have much
I
of it.
don't have very much. So I wrote a novel this year.
Yep.
That comes out. I'm just going to plug it. So
Plug
I'm
it.
gonna plug
Yes.
It's called. It comes out March 5th. It's called Ronan Boyle and the Bridge of Riddles, and it's like a funny in the style of like a Douglas Adams novel, maybe. He's my hero.
That's way smart terms. I don't know what that
Douglas
means.
Adams wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Oh,
which are
holy
really
shit.
goofy.
Okay.
So like goofy sci-fi.
Yeah.
But
How do you get the chutzpah to want to write a novel?
that was a weird one. I had wanted to write a novel for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And I kept wondering when I would have an idea that was worthy of it. And then I didn't for like a quarter century. You just don't have a good idea. Or I didn't feel like I did.
What needs to?
It didn't stop me from writing movies, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Because I did that with no ideas at all. It was like,
It's a different world, though, right?
Sure.
it was a very different world. Yeah, and a book is like forever, and it's like, the book is just my thing. It's like, if you
No
don't like
notes?
it, if
Yeah.
you don't like it, you probably don't like me.
Great title for a book, by the
If
way.
you don't like it, you do not like me. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's so I was in Ireland about 2 years ago.
One of my favorite places in the world.
A great place.
Yeah.
Also to really kind of feel like you're not on the grid anymore because
Yep.
there's not
Yeah.
much going on.
Nope.
More sheep than people.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Wicklow Mountains?
I have been to the Wicklow
Yeah.
Mountains, but not on this last trip. But
Cool.
I have been.
Yeah.
Have you been to Killarney?
No.
Oh, Killarney's one of the prettiest places in the world.
I think you have to say that in an Irish accent.
Killarney.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Killarney. Sure, you've been to Killarney.
You said you're Irish.
I am.
So
Yeah.
is that extra special to be there?
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been a bunch of times. My grandparents are from there.
That's
And
awesome.
they moved to Chicago when they came to Chicago,
So the
when they
world
were-
of Ireland inspired.
I was, staying in this old castle
Cool.
that we were staying in for a little bit.
Like you do.
Like you do. And the guy was pointing to the wall, and there's this huge, like, wooden club on the wall that looks like, honestly, it could kill anybody. It was humongous. And he's like, you know what that is? And I was like, it's a club. He's like, that's a shillelagh. And I was like, really? I thought a shillelagh was like a walking stick. And he's like, no, shillelaghs are for when Catholics couldn't carry metal weapons. You'd have a wooden thing to fight with. So it was this huge thing that you could basically kill somebody with.
Yeah.
That's wood. And I was like, oh, and then right as he said that, I basically had the whole idea of the first book came to me. This happens to you sometimes, where a whole idea will come to you sort of fully formed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A full joke or something will just kind of write down the whole
thing.
paragraph.
The whole thing will just come to you. And so
why is that? That's insane.
it's weird. And then also, then it won't happen again for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, that's the first half, and I'm gonna write
And
the second
then
half.
now
in
one more of those.
10 years.
I'd like one more of those right now.
Yeah. No.
Anytime.
And go.
Is that how it works?
I'm gonna just stand here. I'm gonna put my wang in the gummy worms. And gummy bears.
Doesn't work.
Are you excited for it to come out?
I'm really, really excited. And
Like, what's the excitement level versus a movie you're in or a movie you've written?
Well, that depends. Movies I've written, you often don't see them till like the very last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually we've been
Especially-
fired off the movie. Baywatch,
especially-
I've never seen Baywatch.
Wow.
There's a couple of movies we've written or have credits on that I've probably never seen. There's one movie I'm in that I've never seen, which is Boat Trip. I've never seen it. I have one scene in Boat Trip.
You've
But I've
never
never seen
seen the American cinematic classic
Boat Trip.
Boat Trip.
Cuba. Horatio.
Unbelievable. Great cast.
Accidental
mean-
Gay Cruise. Roger Moore.
Yeah.
It's my only credit with Roger Moore.
I mean, Accidental Gay Cruise, very forward thinking for the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like we make that now.
Right. Hit.
With Sandler and any of Sandler's buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Schwarzenegger.
Swartzen's the fucking best. I love
Dude,
that weirdo.
like his character.
Yeah, you guys just.
That's the mate. It's
I'm trying to remember, how did Nick Swartzen start doing Terry? I think he just came in and we're like, "Hey Nick," and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "What if I just have roller skates and I'm like a guy?" And we're like, "All right." So he's like, "I'm just in terry cloth shorts and my name's Terry also, and I'm just like I'm roller skating behind the taco place." And we're like, "Okay, cool." And then we'd shoot 8,
yeah.
and we'd use 8 because they were always great.
Dude. There was that one where you guys came up and he was fake mime blowjobbing, and then you're like,
No, it's to put an orange on their lap.
yeah, yeah. Or he's like, I'm playing a flute, and this is, and like, does the flute have balls, Terry? And then you're like,
A hand job doesn't come with fries and a drink. Yeah.
And
He's
he's like,
the most quotable.
I'm waiting for my
That's
girlfriend,
amazing.
Simi, the
Yeah.
J-S-E-E-E. The
and then
J
it
is
was Christina
silent.
Applegate.
Unbelievable.
Do you know how we did that scene? That was really great. We had Christina Applegate was around the corner in
Mm-hmm.
a car ready to pull into the scene, and she had headphones on so she could hear all the shit he was saying.
Yeah.
So everything that he said, he was making up.
Yes.
Yeah.
About her.
Yeah.
But she could hear it. So she pulled up and she's like, "Hi, I'm Terry's girlfriend, Simi, S-E-E-E.
The J is silent.
J is silent.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
M-I.
So nobody had any idea that was about to happen.
Oh, that's
Well, I think we maybe shot it once or maybe only twice. But
How do you keep that
Christina
together?
was just listening.
yeah.
So she'd be ready to come in and verify everything that he said, which he made up every time, which was super fun.
got
We
so
used to do
many-
that a lot on Reno, where we'd just be like waiting,
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, let's see what they say.
Yeah.
Don't go in yet.
Yeah.
No, go on now."
Oh, that's
yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, that was a fun way.
You
to
guys
do
got
stuff.
so
Yeah.
many great people on the. I mean, it
It was
became
a great show.
By
Yeah.
the end of it, it seems like any co-star you could have gotten.
Everybody, people generally, when we asked, they were like, "Yeah, sure."
Is there talks of?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably.
Oh, it's very likely that we'll do some
yes.
more at some point.
Yeah.
Because you guys had the movie.
We did the movie, which was weirdly neither a hit nor a flop.
It's
It
kind
was
of
right in that weird strike zone. It opened as a solid number 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
To Ghost Rider. Here's something I learned, though, by the way.
Don't follow
Don't-
Cage.
Don't be the R-rated movie opening
Yeah.
next to a PG-13
superhero film.
superhero movie.
Starring Nick Cage.
Well, by the way, because like kids would come up to us on the street and be like, "I love Reno 911." We're like, "Cool, what'd you buy a ticket for?" They're like, "Ghost Rider." Suck it. Like, oh, cool, because yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least there's no more superhero movies being made today.
No.
Yeah, so you can
No,
find
so
any
we,
weekend now. Yeah, it'd be great.
This has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Are we done?
About 5 minutes away. Hey, what did I say?
Should I put these in the fridge or warm them up?
Not a bad idea.
Microwave them for a
Warm
couple
gummy
seconds?
bears is probably
Just
a
like,
bad idea.
Just like 8 seconds.
Warm gummy bears on your dick. I mean, I'm sure that's a fetish
Well,
somewhere.
then it's a mold. And then we have then we have a great memory of what happened.
We
Yeah.
can make
Like, oh,
gummy
remember
dick
that day?
molds.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Is Tom died, right? Oh yeah.
But he has a great line of gummy dicks.
Oh yeah. But no, he's long dead now. Which I mean that makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like this has been done at a bachelor party before.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Gummy dicks.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
ever?
guys, it has been really fun.
Did you ever eat more Mexican food on our shoot? By the way, and is there a shoot you've ever done where you're like, "Hey, how much of the same type of food can I eat?"
It was really amazing.
right.
Yeah,
but
Tucson,
kind of great.
You just eat some Mexican food. Yeah.
I will say that was awesome too, and I don't know how consistent that is
I
with
really
all your
enjoyed-
shoots. The amount of time that you, because hey man, like a big deal getting you in the film, and so for you to like hang and be that.
We had a really good time.
But is that
Tucson's a cool little town?
it is? It's on the
It's
up and
also
up.
the drives between every place is like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So any two points in Tucson are 40 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but it seems to be true.
Good planning.
No. I had a really good time.
Is that a do you go out of your like? Are you like I want to do that when I'm on a shoot to like help with all the camaraderie of building, or is it just you just like
These
to
are
hang?
the best kind of movies to me.
Yeah.
The ones where nobody like has a trailer.
Yeah.
You know, we made a movie
Everyone's
called
equal.
Hell Baby in New Orleans, and we had trailers, but no one ever went to them because we just shot in this one house.
Yeah.
So everybody was just around all the time, and especially like what's fun when you have like a little makeup room like we
Yeah.
did, where it's like you just and everybody just feels like we're all the same.
All this bullshit.
Yeah, it was really
Felt like
really
summer
fun.
camp.
Yeah.
We want to close with something called fan preguntas,
Sí, claro. Sí, claro.
and we have a theme song for it too.
We do.
Fan preguntas, questions from the people. There'll be music behind that at some point. But,
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think there will be.
Okay.
I'm gonna call your bluff.
You're saying we don't have a theme song budget?
No, I'm positive you don't.
Okay. You just drank a Capri Sun. You think that was cheap?
God, it tastes like. I'm gonna see if it still tastes like
Like goat.
goat meat. Yeah.
There, that's the background music.
By the way, way better than what I was going to play. Pause it real quick. Here was going to be my fan question
Is
background
that
music.
public domain?
What?
Do you have public? Oh, I like it.
Well, this is
This
Edmund
feels like one of
McCain.
us-
That's
Edmund
Ed
McCain.
McCain out.
This
I'll
feels
be-
like one of us died. This is like end credits
is-
of the podcast.
Well, I mean, we are about to stick our dick in a microwave gummy.
Yeah, it's just slow mo. This is like a senior photo album slideshow of Tom with gummy bears and fall leaves on the back of a jet ski for some reason.
We told him to have a great summer.
Yeah.
He had way too good of a summer.
Nutting into a pie. Crying, ending up in prison. Like the slideshow just is a progressive timeline of what happened that night. Yeah. In cuffs. Now he's in cuffs. Yeah. Now he's in the back of a squad car. Yeah. And now he's now he's getting ready. He's gonna kill himself, but it's a squirt gun. Psych. Jokes on you or me. I ain't gonna do it. Oh man, was there a gummy bear in that gun?
Well, if you're listening to just the audio, go to the YouTube. You have to see the act out that Thomas Lennon just did. And it still tastes like goat meat.
It really does. After
All right.
wine.
First fan question.
Yo.
What's your least favorite day of the week, Tom Lennon?
Sometimes I get a little gloomy on Sundays. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I get a little gloomy on Sundays.
You hate God. It's okay.
Yeah, that's why. Although when I was a kid, Sunday
His
was
name.
my favorite night of the week because in Chicago, that's when it would be Benny Hill, Dave Allen at large, and then Monty Python all in a row.
Holy shit.
So after I'd get real depressed on Sunday afternoon, I
Right.
get very excited on Sunday evening. So
What an emotional day.
I had it was a rough ride for me Sundays, guys. I don't know why, but Sunday would be the weird one for me.
Okay.
What do you think Kanye and Trump are going to talk about?
Oh my God, they did that today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Oh come on, what do they do? What's that meaning like? Yo, yeah, it's easy. Oh my God, Kanye, hi. It's neat. And then he stares at her boobs, right? Because she's there the whole time.
Sure.
So he's staring at her boobs.
Yeah.
And he's just going, oh, yum, 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 yum. You want? Who wants a Big Mac? Yeah, I guess I'll take one. And then it's just eating sounds.
Do you like that I have Edmund McCain playing in the background?
You like that? How's everybody's McDonald's? Pretty good. Okay. It's like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
feel like I'm there.
Okay.
By the way, there can't be a more
Are there more fries, or or is that all the fries? Okay.
there can't be a more obscure pairing than those two.
No, I think they love it because they both love.
Yeah, they know what's
fucking
happening.
Bullshit.
It's
yeah.
Mad Libs
Yeah.
at that point.
They're like,
It's
hey,
like-
what if I pulled out down my pants and ran down the street? Well, then you did. That's literally what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like when Mitt
Yeah.
Romney had Meatloaf at his rally.
That
And
makes way more sense.
I guess. Yeah.
Meatloaf's got a couple of hits.
Meatloaf's Yeah.
Meatloaf's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I love any sentence that has to go, well, Meatloaf's Meatloaf.
Meatloaf was in the pilot of The State. Tiny trivia question.
I was just about to say favorite state sketch ever.
Favorite state sketch ever. Okay, it may not be mine. Let's see.
It's tough to pick a fave, but one that just you think of
favorite
with fondness.
state sketch ever could be. I'm gonna not go with one of mine, so I'm gonna go with Louis, the guy who dips his balls and stuff. I'm a big Louis fan. That was a David Wayne and Ken Reno creation,
and really ahead of its time.
Yeah.
A guy named Louis who takes his balls out at bad times. Yeah. I mean, really ahead of his time.
Wait, so who wrote that?
Wonder
one?
if
that's a Wayne Marino jam.
Unreal.
I believe. Yeah.
Wonder if that's where he got the idea.
Yeah. And then also mentions would be. Oh, Super Robbie is a really good sketch.
Yep.
It's the one where they tell the kid he's got superpowers and jumps out the window. It's like the nuns, and they shoot at him and everything.
Yeah.
And then they give him a cape.
Will you show kids will be able to?
Oh no, kids can watch. The state's like totally family friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, the most dangerous thing is the guy who dips his balls and stuff, and that's just him saying, "Baba ganoush, I'm gonna dip my balls." Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal.
I love this question.
Yeah.
It says, ask him about growing up in Chicago with prayer hands, and then whatever he wants to talk about. Thanks, Adam.
Well,
so that's an open-ended question.
Yeah. Chicago's a great. This was a cool thing about Chicago. Growing up in Chicago, one, it's a cool town. But if you're an actor in Chicago, if you're a kid, there's so much theater in Chicago that it seems like being an actor is like a real thing that you could do. And I know that happened to me because my parents would take me. I'd go to Second City, but we would go to the Victory Gardens and the Goodman and Steppenwolf.
You'd see people do it.
And there's like people acting as a job.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's a job.
It's
like
not,
some people,
it's not just a pipe dream.
Some people make shoes. Mm-hmm. Some people act at night. And so it was that aspect of growing up in Chicago was really cool.
To get exposed to all that when you're thinking
cool.
of making that your life. Yeah.
All
right. Do you got any advice for young writers on how to defeat writer's block?
Oh, shit. Well, this is a tough one because everybody struggles with it.
Yeah. How do you deal with it?
The one thing that I would...
Take a bowl of gummy bears.
Take a bowl of gummy bears.
Jesus, Brad, there's a kid show.
Put them in the microwave for 8
I'm listening.
seconds.
Go on.
Then freeze them.
And we're back.
So they've got a hard shell that you got to poke through. Oh, God. Which is just horrifying.
Testing the human body.
Here's what I would say. So I actually did just hit like a writer's block session pretty bad. And I think... all you can really do is change up what you're doing for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you can, just put it down for a second to write something else completely.
Okay, so don't get out of the world of writing.
Don't get out of the world of writing, but if you can, write something else for a minute and then come back to that other thing. Just come back to it. But
like even like an angry Facebook reply.
No, write something positive. Write something that exercises your...
Yes.
You know, like... Fuck it, write a poem or something.
Write your mother, she misses you.
Write a fucking letter.
Yeah.
But do something that both works the muscle but does something different. It's like not having leg days. You have a lot of workout equipment.
This is a Planet Fitness.
I'll put it in a fitness guy. You're not gonna destroy your legs 2 days in a row. Do something else for a second. And then go back to it.
That's great advice.
Those calves won't flex themselves.
No, they won't.
Well, it depends on how hard you work that stepper.
That's true.
Well, thanks, bud.
This was really fun.
This was awesome.
Elliptical. Really fun. Are we done? Or are we still going?
Yeah,
I mean, we're technically going.
We can wait until the song goes out, but I think this might be the 19-minute version.
Yeah, it might be on
No, I
loop.
like it. Let's just listen.
Are you a big music guy?
Well, yeah.
Like before you go to bed?
I
like
got a lot of guitars.
When do you listen to it, though? In the car?
What do I listen to? In the car. I listen to it in the car mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
when I'm puttering around the house.
Anything except the shins or just the shins?
Just the shins.
Just the shins.
Only the shins.
How are you this happy?
Mostly, I listen to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you said earlier that you're definitely a Lady Gaga guy.
I like Lady Gaga more than you would think. I don't listen to it every day.
But hey, easy, man. You're getting real defensive.
Every once in a while, you just need one Lady Gaga song.
You do.
Yeah.
You could be a Lady Gaga guy.
That was great.
When my nieces really got into Taylor Swift, I was like, you know what? Like, I now need a Swift in my rotation.
She's solid.
She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Have you seen her live?
You know what? You gotta do some sit-ups. Put on Bad Blood.
Tell me you don't get that 6-pack.
You'll be glad you did. Like, well, shit. See, it's great.
Yeah, I'm already into it.
And now I've turned it off before we get sued.
I don't want to say how.
You're within the limit right now.
Yeah.
As long as you stop now.
Okay.
Stop right now.
God damn it,
Shit.
Brad!
Stop it right now.
Brad!
Damn it.
Talk over it.
No,
Brad.
I can't.
Cut.
No,
And we're
cut.
out.
And
Why
we're
did it
out.
go? Why did it go?
It's about last night.